Hi guys, welcome back to Girl Therapy. I'm your host Nicole and I'm here with
Livy again, you guys. Hi.
No guys, I know you're like, it's not Tuesday, it's not time for Girl Therapy. We have to do an emergency episode because if you listen to last week's episode, things have gotten
20
weirder.
times worse. 20 times
so
worse.
much worse to the point that I feel compelled to make this episode. And I'm actually kind of nervous to make this episode.
I'm going to say one thing right fucking now because I know you're watching and I know he's watching. I'm going to say this. You're a fucking piece of shit. We already know that, right? Whatever. Maybe just own up to your actions because everything we're about to reveal, like we have screenshots, we have proof, we have timelines, we have all of it, okay? So it's not about Nicole anymore. Like, it's not about her anymore. It's for the girls that you cautiously, like, went out of your way to fucking hurt. That's where the problem is. And also, I want to say one more thing, Nicole. So sorry, I know it's your podcast. I want to say one more thing. Saying that Nicole does this for content and views is such a fucking stretch because I'll tell you right now, if all of you knew who Pineapple was and the other high-profile men that she's been with, it'd make this fucking loser look like a piece of shit. Like, not just like, if you wanted content, we'll drop the names of who Pineapple and all these other men are. We don't need fucking Rick for content, okay? The only reason that this is content is because it's helping women. Yes. So, Rick, thank you for your narcissistic, stupid fucking ass. So now we can help out other girls that are currently living this situation or have lived it with you.
Yes. And what makes me sick is knowing that you've done this to other women and that you were totally okay with doing it to me possibly as well.
He's just okay with hurting people, which I find so fucking insane.
Yes. And this could have been me, which is why I want to prevent it from happening to somebody else or help somebody else get through it, or the girls who have suffered just because of your tendencies, because whatever is going on. The girls who have suffered at your hands, this is for them too, because they deserve to know that they're not crazy. You were gaslighting them.
You were manipulative.
And they deserve closure because you're going to continue to do it to them and they don't deserve that. And it makes me sick and it doesn't sit right with me. And it would not sit right with me if I didn't say something.
Even the text I've seen of him like defending like Nicole's podcast and like everything that he's saying about the most recent episode, it's like you're continuously gaslighting. You're continuously doing these horrible things. And it's just like, also tell your teammates to shut the fuck up. Because there's one thing I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not scared. Like, I'm losing partnerships or anything like that. I get paid to be me. So tell them to shut the fuck up or you're going to just directly handle it with me because I'm over it.
And unfortunately, you could have just texted, or Rick, he's watching this. He could have just texted me and been like, I'm sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. That would have been it. Case closed. I wouldn't have felt the need to do this. But the fact that you continue to gaslight these girls and manipulate them and tell them that they're wrong or I'm crazy or I'm exaggerating is a problem, and I need to say something now. Like, you could have just done that, but you're making yourself look more stupid, and now we have to expose all of it.
So now we're going to talk timelines.
So we have receipts, we have timelines. I'm keeping the girls anonymous, obviously, of course. Some of them are still involved as well, so I'm going to talk on what I can speak on, and just know that me and the girls are all talking, and they've given me the information that we are going to share with you here today.
Also, Rick, just this side note, like if you have any negative thing to say to Nicole, just like fucking don't. Bring it directly to me because I will be the one handling it. Like, you don't have the access to her anymore, any of those things, but like bring it directly to me and I will be handling your bitch ass moving forward. Okay? So that's just that. Let's get into it.
Okay, so if you are a little bit behind here and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, I met a guy in Orlando just last week. He was someone that I matched with on Raya. We literally talked for a total of like a week, met him. It's been like a 2-week thing, honestly, at this point.
Quick, brief thing. I got a weird feeling when I was there. I just was unsure about it. As soon as I posted a TikTok, and it's really funny how that TikTok did not age well because I was in his room and I was recording a TikTok and I was like, Orlando man is horrible, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, I'm not going to snoop. I'm going to snoop with my eyes. And if anybody has seen this room before, let me know. Well, the room was recognized by a lot of girls, more girls than I ever thought possible. Like probably half of America has seen the inside of this bedroom. That's an exaggeration, Rick. Obviously it hasn't, you haven't gotten that far yet, but pretty close. Very close.
And I had the first girl reach out to me because she recognized the room, of course. And she was somebody who has actually been in recent contact with Rick and was actually there, I believe, just the week before me. So we're gonna call her girl number one. So girl number one is still entangled with Rick. The day that I left, he booked a trip for them. And while I was there, he was also talking to her and telling her all the things that he has been telling me and all the girls, which is that he's ready to settle down. He wants a girlfriend. He's telling some of them he's going to wife them. He's gone as far to tell some of them that he loves them. So this girl has been talking to him since November. We are now in May. So this girl has been talking to him since November and fully thinks that they are going to be in a relationship. And they've gone on trips together, whatever. He was inviting me on some things loosely, come with me to this, come with me to that. He's also invited her to those things. So of course, when she saw my TikTok, she was sick, and I don't blame her. She has feelings for him. She's really upset by it all. And she's somebody who wants to remain anonymous, which is totally fine. She's more private. So I gave her the information that I felt the need to give her. But all the other girls have kind of made it out already, and it's so crazy to talk to them all, how they all have the same story and timelines are overlapping.
It is insane.
And yeah, so girl number one, that's pretty much that with her.
I think it's important to note that we do like all these girls.
Yes.
I think all the girls are great, and I actually genuinely feel for them so deeply. I've been in a similar situation, and I like just really hope that they all get out and away from it. That's like the biggest thing I hope that they can all take for this, because every single one of these girls that we've spoken to is sick and upset.
Yes.
Like sick and upset. And I don't know how somebody can sleep so well at night knowing that they fucked over so many people. Good girls too. Like good girls.
Yeah, good girls who really cared and invested a lot of time in him. Who do we get into next?
Girl number 3, this one right here. I think she's really interesting because of how much she overlaps with girl number one.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so girl number 3 started talking to Rick at the same time as girl number 1. So that was also in November.
The difference with girl number 3 is that she lives across the world.
Yes. She lives, and all these girls live in different places.
Yeah.
Except for one of them. 2 of them. They live in the same place. But everybody else lives somewhere else, which makes sense, honestly. It sounds like he doesn't want anybody in the same place because God forbid we all meet each other. But that's where we're at now. Thank you, TikTok, for connecting us. So girl number 3 was talking to him from November till April. So just recently.
They
honestly.
were also in a relationship.
Yes.
So basically he was in a relationship with girl number 1 and girl number 3 at the same exact time. Okay. To the point where their overlaps are fucking insane. To the point of just like, even the little things of like girl number 3 would see girl number 1 calling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Girl number 3 would be over staying with him, and she would stay for long periods of time. She would see calls coming up from girl number 1, and she'd be like, what the hell? Like, he'd be like, no, I ended it. I guess she was kind of aware that he was talking to somebody else or dating, because everybody, that's his thing. I'm single, I'm dating, whatever. Yes, you are, but not when you are telling these girls you're the extent of what he would do to these girls, to the point of picking out the dog together.
Yeah, like several girls picked out his single dog. Like,
yes.
It just everything.
Yes.
They're all his mom, apparently. Even Nicole was the dog's fucking mom. That is where you get me so fucked up, where he's always like, I want a girlfriend. I want you to be my wife. Like Mrs. Blank. Like that is where it's so fucked up. If you want to be a whore and you want to be single, Rick, just say that. You don't need to make every single girl fall for you and think it's something that it's not. That is the biggest point about all of this. That is the reason we're exposing your bitch ass, okay? Is because that's where it's fucked up. You're single. Everybody gets that. But when you start acting like you're not single, you say that you want to date these girls, and the screenshots are fucking saying that, and I'm seeing videos of you kissing one bitch, the next day you're kissing a different bitch. You have to feel so fucking pathetic, okay? Because that's where it's a problem. When you're telling every single girl that you want to date them, make them your girlfriend, all these things,
bringing friends and family into it, like
and
FaceTimes with the mom
and coaches. That's where you're fucked,
and letting them waste their time on you and money. These girls are sending him birthday gifts,
hundreds of
concerned
dollars
about him.
worth of birthday gifts.
Like, what? So girl number 3, like, she got tired of the bullshit with girl number 1. She was like, she kind of, I don't even know why she ended things. I think just
she was
because
just like,
of
I'm
that.
over it kind of thing. And there, I mean, to the point of their relationship, I would say girl number 3 and his relationship was so deep of like personal family matters that he was dealing with. He was in touch with her family of just like insane things. Like,
and all these girls are opening up to him about stuff.
Everything.
And I quote from girl number 3, she was like, I wish I didn't tell him some of these things, because I would have never told him these things if I knew that he was, you know, saying this stuff to everybody and just kind of using it to manipulate me.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
And so that's when girl number 3 was gonna, and she also was like, anytime that a girl was there, she was like, you're being distant and weird. He was like, I'm just busy. I'm just busy. And
that's
so
his
it's,
thing.
everyone realizes busy equals with another bitch.
Busy equals with another girl,
bitch.
because he would ghost her, you know, be gone for, they would spend like, you know, a lot of time together and then disappear for a couple days, and she'd be like, what the hell, where are you?
Yeah.
And she's across the world, so what's she gonna do?
She's flying 8 hours to go and
see
stay
him.
with you. If that doesn't make you feel like the biggest piece of shit, and the way that he's making all these girls do the same thing of like the Legos, like just the little thing is so, it's to a point where like this is beyond manipulative. Like you're a narcissistic asshole. Like this is fucked up.
And girl number 3 actually filmed a video in his room in the same exact spot that I did.
Put them
Sent
side
me
by
a
side.
Screenshot. Put them side by side. It was so eerie.
It's-
how similar it is. And just him again having the same story, same things that he did with girl number 1 with girl number 3. Girl number 3 is posting stuff on her Instagram story. Like that's what you do in your relationship with a guy, not with him, but in his apartment. You can see the stuff they're doing together. His dog on her
If
Instagram.
I could show you guys the photo she sent of like them, you would be sick to your stomach.
I was sick and I barely know him.
I barely fuck. I don't even give a fuck about it.
You're not even involved. You're like, I'm sick.
Because at the same exact time,
that
to
is
know that he's
relationship shit.
It is, and he's also with girl number 1.
Yes.
and he's also with others.
And he spent New Year's Eve with girl number 3. And I mean, where the fuck is girl number 1? I'm just like, how did he get away with this?
Honestly, it's like almost admirable, like how dedicated you are to being so disgusting.
And the shared calendar with girl number 1 makes sense now, because he needs to keep everything sorted.
Yeah.
To see, okay, when can I squeeze in girl number 3 to come, and when can I add more characters to the villa? Like,
right.
Literally,
He's on his own Love Island with no host. Another bombshell.
I was the new bombshell. I blew his shit up.
That's the literal grenade that came in and said, I'm going to ruin you, bitch. He was probably not expecting that. But don't worry, guys. More timelines overlap.
No more things happening. Okay, so
Girl number
was
3
it?
ends things with him in April of
In April
2024.
2024. She blocks him on everything. He's still blocked on everything, but Twitter. He reached out to her on Twitter. That when I was there.
Yeah.
When I was there, because he was booking his flights and I was there with him booking his flights to go where he had to go. And she's a flight attendant, and he was making sure that she wasn't working his flight.
Out of safety. He was like, I just like don't want you to like whatever. So at the same time that Nicole is in this man's bed, he is texting girl number 3, also girl number 1 as well. Probably 2 days later sees the TikTok that Nicole is in his bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Now
so
we have
girl number 2.
Oh,
this one.
Okay, girl number 2 is interesting. Wait, this one?
No, this one.
This one.
The way that I have to point at the phone, Rick, it's pathetic.
We have it on
fucking
airplay. So I have my notes because I can't even keep it sorted. Like, I don't know how he is because I'm confused.
There's 6 girls we'll be talking about.
I have so many girls.
And these are just the ones that came forward.
This girl we kind of like really took under our wing because
just resonated
it just resonated. Her story resonated hard. So she's actually known him the longest, right? Yeah, she's known him since November 20. November's his month.
Yeah.
That's when he like is maybe.
It's his horror month.
Yeah.
He's like, it's November. Where's the bitches?
I don't know. His like freak week or something.
Yeah.
Just fright night. Like he's just like, let me get on Riot, match with bitches, and then like,
who am I flying out? Maybe he has like a discount with an airline in November, and he's like, who am I flying out?
I don't know. Is he trying to get like a campaign with like the airlines or something?
I'll let your manager know. Oh my god!
I'll bleep it. No, it's so crazy.
What
He's like, I
airline
need
did
to
you-
fill in this gap. I have a week free. What am I
Right.
gonna do?
Who am I fucking? Who am I? Da da da.
And it's
Okay.
not funny, but it is because
It
it's
is.
so ridiculous. But
To be this pathetic is embarrassing. It's
oh
funny.
my god! But he matched. I don't know how. No, he didn't match with her. I don't know how he met her. So November 2021, they were in cahoots for a while, almost like a year.
2 years. When he went overseas, they were talking This is his thing. He FaceTimes them. You talk every single
FaceTime,
day.
You get really close over
So
FaceTime.
close.
You pen pal. He's texting. He's calling you baby little mama.
His love,
He
baby
loves
little mama,
that one.
love.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
He gets,
So-
you get super close, and he's
Yeah.
like, "I want a girlfriend.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
all these things."
So girl number two is kind of the one who I think he was maybe the least relationship with
It was like
they were really hot and cold. He kind of would like ghost her for long periods of time, then come back in.
I'm gonna say something really bold right now. Girl number 2 is young. She's young to the point where when they
Yes.
met, it's giving
Yeah.
A minor. Like she was young.
She was young. She
So
was young.
for him to be his grown ass old age when he met her.
I'm older than him.
Sorry, girl. But exactly. Imagine you're fucking with a young one.
No, yeah.
Like,
it was
ew.
yeah, she's the youngest. They were definitely more like a situationship type of
Very,
thing. I
very
would think,
hard
but
on
he still was
situationship.
but the way that he was talking to her was still
No.
fucked up. I don't know, but I think like
The reason I say that I think the reason those two were like not as like analyzed. Because she was so in deep with him and you could
Yeah.
feel that. And I
Yeah.
think once
she was described him as the guy that you just
could-
always have.
you can't let go of. Like she loved him. You could just tell
like,
that
she was
I
just
would say
like,
he was
you know
the
that
most
guy?
disrespectful to her. I would say he's
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
disrespectful to her.
Yeah, because she would say things to him, and then
Just
he would be
really
like,
kind
"What?
things.
Like we did that?"
We
or like,
joke about this a
yeah,
lot.
but he like basically said he didn't even remember spending this period of time with her. She just told me
Yeah,
that.
she was like, "Remember when you did this for my birthday?" And he'd be like, "What?
"Yeah."
I did that?"
And then also like,
And she's sitting there like, "The fuck do you mean?"
and another thing is he would say, "Oh, I told you this," and she'd be like, you didn't tell me about that," and he'd be like, "Yes, I did," and like literally gaslight her into thinking that she was supposed to know this thing about him or that like whatever, and it was like now it makes sense. He didn't tell her that. He told one of the other girls that, and he's getting confused.
She looks wildly similar to like the one. But honestly, he has great taste in women. They're all fucking
They're
gorgeous.
beautiful.
I will say,
Beautiful
like all of them
girls.
could model.
Thank you. No.
I love all
Yeah,
of
so
them.
they've been on and off. She never really ended in a way where she like hated him, blocked him, like how girl number 3 did.
Yeah.
But she has always kind of been talking to him, and I think never had closure, never really knew what to think of all of it. And they just recently spoke again in December, which was she kind of said was the last time. And she was there. She
Yeah.
spent time there in December.
And
she sent me a picture in his.
Do me a favor, read the timeline of all of them in December from the group chat. Read the timeline of where the ones like I was there December this, I was there December that.
Pulling up the group chat now. December was a busy month for him.
December, he had like all of them out at 1 month.
So girl number
2
was there December 3rd, and then girl number 3 was there December 29th.
Yes, and I believe girl number 1 was there during that time as well in December.
I don't know if she had met him yet. I don't want to make things up
No,
because I don't want to be
okay, so cut that
accused of, making false allegations, which is what he
False allegations.
which is what he said,
No,
false
and Rick,
allegations.
Contact my legal team, babe.
And the fact that he's sharing the same content between all of us, like even me a little bit, but like these girls got like the same videos, like the same stories,
Copy
the
and
same
paste.
excuses.
Y'all called her a bop. He was the bop.
Oh my God, not her building his coffee station. They built Legos and now they're sitting on the same shelf.
He'd like make these bitches build
No, they
Legos.
literally like made his home for him. Oh my God, she goes, when I was in San Diego, he gave me 2 hoodies, and now looking back, this is 100% of girls.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, he told me, he was like, my love language is like selfies and pictures, like always send me like whatever, like, I'm like,
You're fucking weird, bro.
now the girls are just chatting.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Where do we go
girl
from
number
here?
2.
We're girl number 2. So, okay, whatever. She's overlapping now with
Girl number 1
number
and girl number
1.
3. They're all overlapping, right? Okay. Now we bring into the picture girl number 4.
4, which she
came in around February.
Okay, girl number
So she's
4
at the same time as girl number 1.
Okay, she actually almost overlapped with me. She would have overlapped with me. So girl number 4 also doesn't live anywhere around here. He was telling her, they met in February, like, I guess he gave her the I want a wife speech. She went to Florida start of April for a week. He told her that he fell for her.
Bro, it's
I'm reading this because I'm like, I had to keep some notes. So he is telling her, like, he fell for her, never met a girl like her, didn't know girls like her existed.
At the same time, he's talking to not only girl number 1, girl number 2, and girl number 3. And he's telling girl number 4, I'm falling for you. He flew her out, doing that whole thing.
I'm getting dizzy.
No, me too.
Okay, so she also just moved. So after her trip, they were still talking. She had another trip booked. The trip was booked May 6th to 11th. She ended up canceling her flight because she had just moved and she like didn't want to travel anymore, and she was just starting to get like tired, I think, of the pen pal thing.
Yeah.
And that was it for them. So he needed to fill in that gap. And what did he do?
We meet girl number 5, Nicole.
So my time to shine.
Girl number 4 had just flown out and was in there in April and then was supposed to come back. She decides to cancel her flight. So you know what? He goes, I'm going to bring the TikTok star herself, Nicole Doi, onto my little fucking apartment in Orlando.
Ding, ding. I feel like I just entered the ring.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight.
Another bombshell in the villa. Another bombshell.
So I am there from May 7th to 9th. So just a short trip. No, so I'm there during that time that she was supposed to be there, which is crazy. Like, that's like, just what blows my mind.
Well, he has girl number 1 like wrapped around his fucking finger. Oh, we didn't even talk about.
No, we have to talk about
girl
her.
Number 6.
So she's she's an oldie, but I get
No, she's pretty recent.
No, she's pretty recent. All these girls
Girl
are
number
pretty
6
recent.
comes into the picture because she overlaps.
She just DM'd me. She's the most recent DM. And she was like, I don't even know if I should say something, like, because this was a while back, but she met him in August 2022 and had talked to him till April 2023.
Same time around. She's overlapping with girl number 2.
Yes. And she said that he
and she's overlapping with girl number 3.
Oh my god. And again, it's okay if you're dating, but like to hear
this
ready. I'm just gonna read her thing. I was in a comment on your TikTok a few days ago, but I didn't want to ruin it for you just in case he changed. I'm sorry, he's still the same fucking asshole. He flew me out almost 2 years ago to blah blah, and also love bombed the fuck out of me. I got the same. I've never felt so comfortable with somebody, as well as you're so different than every other girl I've ever been with. Please just move here so we can build a life together and be together, and I love you. I went home thinking he was my next boyfriend, but instead he proceeded to waste my time for the next 6 months after that with no true intention. I just wanted to say thank you for posting those TikToks and that podcast episode. It reiterated to me that he really is a piece of shit and he never deserved me or my time. I just had deja vu reading that. Like, no, I've been literally here before.
So Rick, the next time that you say she's doing things for content and views, why don't you take a look at the bitches that you fucked and you fucked over and they are feeling a little bit more better about themselves and feeling a little bit less like a piece of fucking shit like you made them feel, because she's actually speaking up, using her voice and talking about how shitty of a fucking person you are. It's giving these girls closure because you couldn't do it yourself because you're not fucking man enough. Thank Nicole because she's doing that stuff for you, okay? Like, get yourself in check before you ever in your life say she's doing stuff for content or views. Why don't you take a step back and realize she's bringing these girls closure that they would have never got it? Like, every single phone call you've had with, I've been here for the whole time, but like every single phone call you've had with every single one of them, they're like, this is giving me more closure than like,
they're like, this is therapy.
This is therapy. Like, this is all I could have asked for.
All
like,
of them felt insane.
They felt insane. They were getting gaslighted, manipulated, and absolutely dogged the fuck out by Rick.
Some of them were like, I don't know if I made the right decision leaving. I don't know if I was like wrong. I don't know if I should have stayed.
Because he comes across as a great guy.
Yeah, he comes across as a really great guy.
And girl number 1, there is nothing I like pray for more in this world than for you to walk the fuck away because you're gorgeous, you're stunning, you deserve the goddamn world. And to see 6 women come forward, okay, and be like, have negative things to say, and he's overlapped with all. I get that you're single. There's a line that you cannot cross. Telling 6 girls that you want to date them and you want them to be your girlfriend, are you fucking stupid?
Yeah.
And like, you're upset that this is coming out?
Yeah.
Are you? You're lucky.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky that we don't even have the other like 10 bitches that are probably
I'm sure
fucking
there's gonna
involved.
be more. I'm gonna keep checking
You're
my message
also
requests.
lucky. You're also lucky that she's a better woman than me, because I would have tagged your bitch ass. I would have tagged every single person associated to you,
Yeah.
and I would have actually destroyed your ass on every single social media platform possible. And I'm not opposed to doing so. If she gives me the green light, I'm gonna fucking do it, because none of these girls deserved any of this, and that's just what it comes down to. And cool, I'm crazy, I'm mad, I'm angry, I don't care. These girls are genuinely good fucking girls. None of these girls deserve that. So I'm happy you used your voice and you can give them even a little bit of fucking closure. Because like, that is what they deserve. Because you're man enough to give these women closure and you're not, Rick. You should feel really fucking awful about yourself. And the next time your teammate wants to comment something, comment to me directly, bitch. Because comment to me directly.
Yeah.
Okay, so go on. No, I'm so heated. Like, go fuck yourself.
I'm heated too, and I honestly feel so much better knowing that the last girl who came forward, said that like he's been doing this for years and years. This is not like a recent thing. This is something that he's been doing for a while. I can't even imagine the amount of girls that he's done this to and thought that he could continue to do this to, and it's so unfair. And this is like, it happened so that I could use my voice, because something like this, usually, like, I would have just been like, okay, like, yeah, he hurt a few girls, whatever. But it's like,
the overlapping
and
the intensity of it all is where it's like, that's where it's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's where it's every single one of these girls.
And this isn't fun for me. Like, I don't want to make this content. I don't want, like, the fact that he was like, oh, you're doing this for views. Like, I'm not. I didn't know this was going to happen. When I, like, met him and when I went on a date with him and, like, spent those 2 days with him, I was genuinely excited about him and, like, wanted to go into date. Like, that was like my, like, oh, I'm going into dating, I'm gonna, like, try to find, like,
she hasn't dated for a fucking minute because she's been through shit. Okay,
yeah,
like she was actually excited for your bitch ass.
Yeah, like, every part of me was so genuine, and to try to make it out that I just, like, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't expect this. This was the last thing I expected.
This is her job. She fills her fucking life, you idiot.
This is the last thing I wanted.
Wait, tell him what he said when you were like, oh, guys think it's a red flag that I do social media.
Oh, yeah. I like told him we were talking about red flags, and I was like, oh, did anybody ever tell you have red flags? His is trust issues. No shit, he's doing all this.
He's
like, of
literally
course he has trust
17
issues.
girlfriends.
He probably assumes that we all have 17 boyfriends. We don't. Newsflash. I was like, my red flag is people think that it's a red flag that I, make content for a living and I share my dating stories. And he was like, oh, well, they're all pussies.
So if you ever, Rick, feel the need, like, why is she saying this? Why is she doing all this? I mean, you don't want to be a pussy, do you?
Don't be a pussy.
Don't be a pussy.
Don't be a pussy.
You knew this.
And you know what? If, like, that's why I was kind of like, oh, he must be a good guy because he's not afraid. Like, I won't say shitty things about you if there's nothing shitty to say.
Exactly.
Like, I wouldn't have found reasons to, like, make this content if you were, like, a good guy and we were, like, dating. No, I wanted to genuinely find somebody. I didn't want to, like, have to do a fucking podcast episode of broadcast.
Do you think we enjoy this shit? Like, I'm not even getting paid. No, but, like,
I wasted my day making a notes app to figure out the timelines for these girls because I'm just trying to, like, heal these girls and at least make something out of, make lemonades out of lemon.
Yeah, out of your bitch ass. Yeah, literally.
I
just think that's like the craziest part to me. It's like, if Nicole, I've always struggled with this with her, is like, she doesn't even say the bad things that have like happened to her. Like, she's always just like, oh, he like gonna, and it's like, if even for a second, not even whatever the fuck Rick did, like, that's not, I'm talking about like pineapple things like that. She's always been the bigger person. She's always been, and I'm always like, girl, I'll fucking drag him for you. Like, cause that's me. I'm not the bigger person. I will drag a motherfucker. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
And she's always taken like the higher road. And it's like, I'm so glad that you actually didn't this time. I mean, you still took the higher road.
I think
but like,
I still kind of did.
Instead of, because she didn't want to even talk to girl number one when girl number one reached out.
I almost did.
I said, no, we're going to call her.
Because I said his past is his past. His business is his business. But when I started to hear things, I was like, this isn't normal. This isn't just normal dating. This isn't just, I'm on the apps, I'm dating, I'm seeing what's out there. No, you are fully playing house with these women and telling them all pretty much that you want to make them their wives.
For 6 girls to come forward is crazy. With overlapping timelines is crazy. That's almost like sickening, okay, to the point where like that feels like something's deeply truly wrong with you. Fire your therapist.
Get a new one.
But like to the point where you could be mad that your shit's getting blown up. Maybe you shouldn't have done this to people. Not maybe, you shouldn't have done this to these girls, because these girls didn't deserve this. These girls wanted the best for you. They truly had so much fucking love for you. So if I I think if you take anything from any of this, Rick, it should be the simple fact that you owe every single one of these girls that has come forward an apology and seek help and leave girl number one the fuck alone.
Yeah.
It'll be the best thing you could have ever done for her. And next time you text Nicole, don't just come straight at her like, I never lied. Okay, cool. You're not the victim, bitch.
Yeah.
You're not the victim.
No, that's it. He's playing victim.
You're playing victim. Shut the fuck
he's
up.
Playing victim. He texted me at 12:31 a.m. last night and said, for the record, I never lied. So it's clearly he's seen all the content. He knows because the girls have sent him my podcast, the TikToks, everything. And I said, I wasn't even going to respond at first. I'm like, he's just going to try to defend himself. And the more he defends himself, the more he squirms, the more guilty he looks.
Right.
The more he knows
and
that what he's doing is fucked up. He's trying to convince himself that what he's doing is wrong,
normal. Yeah.
And it's normal.
And he's trying to convince
not.
every single person around him too that it's normal. It's
Yes.
not. You can be single.
Yes.
He could have seen 6 women. That's
Yes.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Be a whore. No one's judging you for that.
No one's judging
it's
you.
when you cross the line and you're now intertangled in their lives and they're talking about family things with them of like family members that have fucking passed away, and you're helping these girls through these things, saying that you want a relationship, that
Yeah.
you love them so much,
Yeah.
that this is your dog's mother, that
Yeah.
all these things, you're leading these
Yeah.
women on.
Yeah.
That is where it's fucked up.
Yeah.
That is where it's wrong. That is where it's not normal.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's love
That's
bombing
where it's
to the
fucked
extreme.
up. And
just
like,
crazy.
you bring your family into it too. How many have FaceTimed your mother? How many have you given the same speech about the fucking sister-in-law? Like, you're doing this. We're just exposing it. There's a difference.
Yes.
We're not painting you out to be anything other than what you are.
This is your narrative. You painted this for
You're
yourself.
Picasso.
Yes.
You did this.
We're just interpreting here. We're to relay the message. And if I could save another girl, but I'm sure this will not be the last that I hear from him. The fact that he thinks he never lied is actually crazy, because you did lie.
Yeah.
You fabricated an entire story. You made these girls have hope. You made them think that you wanted to date them. That's a lie. You didn't.
You did.
If you wanted to date them, you would have just dated them. You would have just settled
If you
with
wanted
one,
a girlfriend so
and you would
badly,
have really given it your all. And then if it didn't work out, you move on. You go to the next one. That's what everybody else does.
No, like you're desperate ass. And the thing is, he did the same thing to all of them. He was like, I wanted a relationship so badly. It's just like the distance. What are we going to do? You
know
picked
where
them.
I live.
You picked
You did
them.
that on purpose. The fuck?
Every single one of these girls, no one lives near you. There's a reason. There's a reason. Even an hour away from you. There's a reason you're so fucking weird. You have your best friend FaceTime all of them. You're weird. You're really fucking weird.
And your friends are weird.
Your friends
for that,
are weird.
too. For even thinking like,
If Nicole ever in her life made me FaceTime like 6 men and they were overlapping and she was like, I'm getting flown.
yeah, no.
Cool, bitch. You got a lot more to do with your life.
Yes.
I'd be like, why? Where's the businesses?
Get busy. What are we doing?
What are you
Honestly,
doing?
What are you doing? It's just weird, and it makes me uncomfortable.
It does me too, and I just feel for the girls. Like, forget him,
Yeah,
forget all
forget
of this.
him,
If he has an
forget him.
issue with his shit being
Yeah.
put on blast, don't date a fucking TikToker. Don't fly
Yeah.
off the TikToker.
Yeah.
Like, use your fucking head, you idiot.
I'm glad he did though.
No, I know,
I'm glad
me
he did.
too.
He wishes he
This
never
is about
met me.
the girls. No, he's like, rue
He's
the
like,
day that she
Fuck,
fucking
I
was
really.
born.
The jig is up. The jig is up.
But the chick is up, and it's like,
Yeah.
this will be the last that we hear from you, and we don't really give a fuck about you, Rick. But like, do everybody a favor and leave these bitches alone.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Leave
Like,
everybody alone so you're healed. Like, figure it out.
you have like deep issues.
Because this is just not normal. And
And
I
you
think
can
you've
look at-
convinced yourself that it's normal.
You can shake your head at us and be like, no, they're so fucking wrong.
No, I know.
We're outsiders looking in.
Yeah.
We're not fucking wrong.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right now.
And I'll just say, like, these girls have known you for a long periods of time, whether it be 6 months, 2 years. I knew you for 10 days. And the fact that you were able to squeeze in so many of the same lies and manipulation
In 10
tactics
days.
in 10 days with me that you did with them, like, just hearing the fact that he would just say so many similar things to me and them. and
Every
all the
single
same
girl was
things.
invited on all the trips.
It's just so weird. It's,
Yeah.
It's really odd. And
Who has that much time?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I guess men will always waste their time.
Men will
because
always
he's
waste their
winning,
time.
right? He had like 6 girlfriends.
Yeah. That's like honestly.
Like at the end of the day, like he was
And they're all
kind of
beautiful.
winning, and they're all beautiful, and they all care about him. They're all sending him birthday gifts.
For all of
they're
them
all
to send
supporting
back-
him.
No, Loki though, that one hit. If I give Rick one thing, it's like he did get like 6 different presents on his birthday.
Like he made
that Loki ate.
he's
Like
in
that
his
Loki
bag.
ate.
He's in
Yeah.
his bag.
He's like
No, he's
flowers
like
from
getting,
you,
yeah,
chocolates from you, this one and you.
You come with me to pick up my dog. You come with me to pick up my dog. Like
What should I name
Oh
him?
my God.
Shut up, you
And like,
weird
he
bitch.
barely had to build any of those Lego sets.
He didn't even build the Legos.
Their blood, sweat, and tears went into those things,
poor
and now they're all
girls.
sharing the shelf. Oh my God, he probably looks at them and was like, "Oh, she built that one. She built that one. She built that one."
And
It's
you
like
know
a
what?
fucking cemetery for his girls.
Literally, and these are just the 6 that we know of. Imagine the bitches that aren't even on social media.
Honestly, this
Just all I know is that like I'm over Rick and
Yeah,
his
I'm
lies
over
and
Rick.
all
I'm
this
over
shit.
Rick.
Like this will be the last
This will be the
episode,
last
on,
episode on
your
Rick.
bitch ass.
But now I'm low-key traumatized.
Yeah, I know. I'm like,
No,
unless I'm traumatized.
should I check my message request one more time?
Yeah, let's just make sure you guys that we're good to go.
Make sure that that's it. Oh my God. I've never experienced a man like this, honestly. Nope. Someone just wants to know where my tacos are from.
Oh, and then my
But
ex.
this is definitely like the craziest thing I've ever been involved in, and I can't believe I'm involved, and I hate drama like this. I don't like doing this.
We protect our peace for a reason.
But this would be the one guy I matched with. But honestly, this was my public service to you guys. So if you know who we're talking about, just know that you're not crazy.
You're not.
You can DM me. We can talk. I'll put you in the group chat. The girls have each other's backs. And he's not going to get away with this. And I hope that he at least listens to this and maybe learns from it, takes something from it. He probably won't, but maybe he will. I'm sure he'll just gaslight me and manipulate.
Yeah. I never lied. Just
Yeah,
shut
like-
the fuck up. When is it up? Like, when
Yeah.
is it done?
Yeah.
Just like leave everybody alone. Like, I never did. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Have you ever thought about shutting the fuck up? Like, I'm dead ass. Have you ever once thought about shutting the fuck up and just not communicating with 80 million bitches?
I know. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, I truly believe everything happens for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
there's a reason that we're
There
putting
is
him
a
on blast.
reason. There's a reason for all of this.
This
And
shit came out like he was Weinstein and all the girls fucking
we were joking
flocked.
about that last
Yeah, I was
night.
like, what is this,
We're like,
Epstein
this is fucking
hours?
Epstein Island.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
Every girl is like, this happened, this happened, this happened. Receipts. The screenshots that we have, don't make me post them, and don't make me tag you.
He was busy last night texting to all these girls, like talking about my
Nicole
episode.
Nicole just wants content and views. If
Oh
you're going to
my
believe her
God.
over me,
But you've lost me.
don't
You've
make
lost
it a
me. I'm
competition.
like, that's not a threat.
Don't make it a
That's not
competition.
threat.
So, it's like I said, I'm fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I hope the girls that are
Holy
watching
shit.
that have been affected by this can find a little bit of light and a
Yeah.
little bit of laughter in this entire situation, and we can all just laugh at the fact that he's really fucking
Yeah.
weird. But I know you girls are going through pain,
Yeah,
and
I
like
know.
time will
That's-
heal all of that. I
what's
promise
hard.
you. But
Okay.
cheers to the ending of Rick.
The ending of
The jig is up, bitch. I'll
Yeah.
check in every 6 months to make sure
Anyways.
you're not still a fucking asshole.
I knew I should have stayed off the dating apps.
Amen. Girls, just know you always got the girls.
Yeah. You always just stick with the girls.
Stick with the girls.
And believe the girls when they come forward.
And Rick-
if the proof is finding you, if the facts are finding you, believe them and get out while you can.
Mm-hmm.
And girl number one,
Our heart goes out to you.
I hope that you do what's right for you.
I know you've been through some shit, so
Yeah.
I feel genuinely horrible for you. I know what you're feeling too. You're like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You're heartbroken. He was technically single. Doesn't excuse being a piece of fucking
I
shit.
need you to know it does not excuse
No.
any of this behavior, and this is
No.
not normal. You can be single and you can still treat people with decency and respect. And being single doesn't mean you can get away with whatever you want.
And love bombing like 18 girls. Like, no.
It's inexcusable.
No.
And it's not okay.
It's not.
So
And I don't even want you for a second to justify his actions or manipulation because I know he'll use it against you. And I genuinely feel bad for everybody involved. Even like girl number, was it 3? Like blocked him and he still went out of her way. Like his way.
Yeah.
You've done enough damage.
Yeah.
Take a break.
yeah. Yeah. He's not even letting like the dead sleep.
No.
Like he's just, I don't know. Okay. All right.
Well-
Well, I think that's pretty much all we have to say about him. Like, yeah. Love
And
you
Rick, if you
guys.
have an issue, like, you know my Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll be in contact.
Rick, you know where to find us.
Rick.
He unfollowed me.
He's angry that I exposed him. Fuck you. Like, get a life, weird bitch.
All right. Bye to everybody who's
Love you
not a
guys.
narcissist, cheater, liar, gaslighter. I love you so much.
Have a blessed day to everybody who is not fucking weird, bizarre, and has 80 million girlfriends. We love all of you guys.
See you next week.
Bye.